loss on Friday at Rochester. They are not a good road team, though. That's really the one thing to look for. They are 7-0 at home, 0-5 on the road, in case you were wondering if the math doesn't add up. They're 1-2 neutral. And we're not neutral here. Emory will be starting the offensive possession right to left across your screen as they're in their home whites. Road blues for Case Western Reserve. There's Chernell on the outside, 15 on the shot clock, looks to drive into the paint, little floater, it'll go for the first points for number 22. Chernell, as we said, has had a good year, 2 20-point victories, or 20-point scores, I should say, both in victories. She's got coverage on the outside. Case Western Reserve running their offense with McConaughey at the moment. She'll have a mid-range floater. It won't go. Back iron rebounded there by the team's leading rebounder in Huggins. She's done a nice job. They switch her in and out with Blair Ripley. Here's Say. Gets it, drives it in, kicks it back out. Huggins with it. Cutting is Lindahl. Gets into the paint. Lindahl double covered. Looks to push back outside again. And a whistle stops play as they pushed it to the outside. And it will be a turnover to Case Western Reserve. Minute in, Eagles up by a pair. Off of the bucket from Chernell. High screen coming around it. Case Western Reserve looking for the three. Gotcha. And their first point, a three-pointer by Abby Lawrence. And as we mentioned, Lawrence, who has played so good, in fact, that D3Hoops.com Team of the Week, UAA Athlete of the Week. Thought about a three, did Emory and Arado. Instead, they'll go inside to Say, back out to Lindahl. She thought about a three as well. Instead, drives. 7 on the shot clock. Left-handed floater, a little too strong off the glass. Fighting for the rebound. Chernell comes away with it. Kicks back out to Say. Lindahl takes a three, and a shot clock violation. And that will be called on Emory. They'll turn it over. And if you don't pay attention to the shot clock here, there, for whatever reason, is not a good buzzer in the shot clock. You can barely hear it. So a lot of times the officials will have to wait a little bit. You don't get that trademark buzz that you do in most venues. Right now the Eagles trailing by a single point, 3-2. Just under 8 minutes. Driving, fouled. As she went to the basket was McConaughey. It looks like it'll be on Chernell, and that'll be her first. So Chernell picks it up. As we said, the senior from Dresher, Pennsylvania, 10.9 points a game. She is third or fourth in the country, depending on how you slice it right now. And free throws, she's only missed 2 all year. Young lady at the line, McConaughey, was 37 of 50 before that first miss. She'll miss both. Lindahl grabs the rebound. Say comes toward the baseline, now goes back out. Kind of that yo-yo offense that Emory likes to run. As long as they get in the paint, there's a cutting Aaron Lindahl. Double teamed again. Back outside. Let's see what Huggins can do with it. So it goes back to Lindahl, coming around the screen of Arado. Bounce pass, Chernell, 6 on the shot clock. Chernell's floater, that'll hit back iron, and then be rebounded there by McConaughey, the senior from Detroit, Michigan. Thought about a three, did Gonzalez. Back to McConaughey. She'll take a three. Gotcha. And 2 3-pointers to put Case Western Reserve up 6-2. First early points were to Chernell, and then 6 unanswered so far for the Spartans. Say with a foot in the paint. Straightaway three. Arado. Gotcha. And Emory pulls within 1 at the 7-minute mark. Bounce pass into the inside, turning around. A little bit too short. Left it there, did Emma Kane. It'll ricochet all the way back out. Touched, no, they'll say backcourt violation. Nobody touched it. As going back was Isabella Mills. And that will turn it over for the Eagles. I thought maybe, so did Case Western Reserve, that the Eagles got a hand on it. The officials said no dice, and so the violation on the backcourt will give the Eagles an opportunity, trailing by 1. Blair Ripley now in the game. Ripley who can take some threes at times. Good player, 28 blocks on the season. Cheer now coming across the screen from Huggins. They try to pick and roll. It was covered nicely there by Case Western Reserve. 10 on the shot clock. There's Huggins. Back outside, cross-court three. Lindahl left it off that back iron, rebounded by Case Western Reserve as it's into the hands of Emma Kane. Nice little roll from Lawrence, too strong. Huggins will fight for the rebound. The interesting numbers, we'll talk about Lawrence in a moment as Huggins takes a three off the front iron. Long rebound comes out to Case Western Reserve at the foul line to Gonzalez. Turns it over again. Say got it. Lindsay Say, who doesn't fill up a stat sheet with the usual numbers, but is so solid as a point guard. Second all-time in assists at Emory. Ripley thought about the three, instead drives after getting it from Lindahl. 15 on the shot clock. Back outside to Cheer now. She's covered by Lawrence. Coming around that outside. Swings it back through Say. Lindahl's three. In and out. Rebound taken by Mills and the Spartans. They'll move left to right. Cross your screen. Three from Lawrence. And into the hands of Blair Ripley, who grabs the rebound. Emory trailing by a point here at the 5:18 mark as they trail 6-5. One three-pointer and an Allison Cheer now two. And a turnaround drilled by the team leader, Tori Huggins, who came in averaging at 12.3 points a game and 8.7 rebounds. 6'1" is the sophomore from Winston-Salem. Emory with the 1-point advantage at the moment. Each team will have a pair of substitutes at the next dead ball stoppage. Nice right-handed dribble drive and a foul. It'll probably go on Ripley as going to the basket was Emma Kane, the junior from Cincinnati. They'll actually call it on Huggins. Huggins was down there too, so Tori, instead of Blair Ripley, will get the foul. We will see Emory with Kennedy Cater and Molly Weiss checking in. Weiss, who had the career high with 15 points the last time out. First shot left on the doorstep by Emma Kane, who averages 6.2 points a game and is 19 of 24 from the free throw line. So usually not her MO to miss like that. She'll hit there. And coming in for the shooter is Melissa Heath, who is from Hohokus, New Jersey, which is a whole nother story and a can of worms that we will get into later in this game. But right now, we are tied at 7 apiece. Thought about the three, did Weiss. Why not? She had 5 the last time out. Lindahl, 15 on the shot clock. Nothing to pass inside. Again, Weiss on the outside. Can't get it to go. Ripley fighting for the rebound. Wrestled away from her, though, by Isabella Mills. Pass ahead, goes into one of the substitutes, which is Alyssa Highland. Came into the game earlier in that substitution on the free throws. We tick toward the 4-minute mark as Cater drives, kicks it out to Ripley. Ripley taking the three. Blair can't hit it. Rebound goes again to Case Western. This time it's Lawrence. We talked about Ripley hitting some threes. She is 8 of 21 this year. Not her strong suit, but not saying she can't. Likes to take them every now and then. It was a 22nd attempt. Rebound off the miss goes to Arado and the Eagles. Still tied at 7 apiece as we tick down to the waning moments here of this first quarter. Ripley playing at that high elbow. Drives down. And off the glass, Ripley has a pair. Puts Emory on top again by 2. Chernow waiting to check back in for Emory. On the outside is Lawrence. 3 on its way, Gonzalez drilled it. And that puts Case Western Reserve back on top, 10-9. Lindahl surveying the situation, goes to Ripley on the baseline. A dribble and a shot and a nice mid-range jumper for the junior from Oak Park, Illinois. In the passing lanes, knocked away by Kennedy Cater. Weiss came up with it, and Cater will bring it the length. Goes to Arado, sets a screen. Arado doesn't take it. Instead goes to Lindahl here on the near side. Ripley playing on the exterior. Trying to set a screen, does so for Arado. Long three, gotcha. Actually, check that. That's Weiss instead of Arado. And Weiss, that's her sixth three-pointer in 2 games now. Driving to the basket and getting it to fall for Case Western Reserve is Highland, sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, averaging just under 6 points a game. Emory up 14-12. Arado on the outside, 3, that won't go. Cater with the rebound, puts it back up, and that won't go as well. Jump ball inside. Ripley got tangled up with it. Arrow will go for the Spartans. Chernow returns. Lindahl out, so does Huggins. And Ripley will get a breather. Kane will return. And it looks like McKenna Gross in, a freshman from Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. I will say, when you go through these Case Western Reserve squad, they've got some interesting hometowns. We're going to get to Hohokus. Don't worry. We'll get there. I know you are just waiting patiently. 14-12. Emory with the lead. They'll get the rebound off the three-point miss. Cater on the run. Cater double team. Can't get it to go, though. Coming away with it was Emma Kane. They'll push it ahead to the Spartans quickly. Fouled. Count the basket. Abby Lawrence. No, they'll say it's an offensive foul. Sorry, that's an offensive foul. Wow, I thought Lawrence got the and one. Instead, she got whistled for the charge. So credit Emory there. Lawrence has the call go against her, turns it over, wipes the points away. Emory still up 14-12. 1:15 left to play, first quarter. Outside, Arado's 3. Gotcha. And Arado, who is now 17 threes on the year. Arado 3 points so far in this game, and as she'll pick up a foul, though, driving was Highland. Arado got the hand in there. Oh, no, they'll say on Chernow. I thought it was going to be on Arado. It's the second on Chernow. I'd rather have it on Arado. It'll be Mariani Alza to come in to replace the senior from Pennsylvania. Nice floater, good by Heath. Emory up 17-14. 40 seconds left in the first quarter of play. 3 on its way. Gotcha again. Molly Weiss. She had 5 on Friday, 2 here in the first quarter of play. She's hot. Inside, into the paint, 20 seconds. And getting it to go again is Heath. Back-to-back points for her and the Spartans on those possessions. 2016, though, Emory with the lead. Alza goes inside. Arado bounce pass and into the lane. Stolen away by McKenna Gross. And that'll do it. Time expires. Down on the floor, though, grabbing her left shoulder is Tori Huggins. And that's something to watch as she comes off gripping that shoulder. It will be Ripley to start off the second quarter. But hopefully that's nothing more than just a little stinger in the shoulder. As the number 22 team in the country up by 4 over Case Western Reserve. And we'll have some graphics here to look at. As Emory by the numbers. 6 is the number of double-doubles for Tori Huggins this season. She's had a great sophomore campaign. 6 is also the number for Allison Chernow, career high. Chernow at Emory with 3-pointers. 7, the number of games opponents have scored 50 or fewer points. That's really a point of pride for Misha Jackson and her defense. She talks about that all the time. 25 consecutive free throws made by Allison Chernow. As we said, she's only missed 2 all year, and she's in the top 4 in the country in that category. 42, the number of quarters Emory has outscored the opponents, and you can add to that. That would be, I would assume, 43 now. And 451, Lindsay Say's career assists. As we mentioned, second all-time here at Emory. She came in with 44 assists for the year. And, you know, we don't want to shortchange her at all because she is such a good player, but it's usually in the statistics you just don't see because you'll look at maybe points, rebounds, things like that. She's only 3.1 points a game and 1.2 rebounds, but what she does, she doesn't turn it over, and she's got good court vision. Fresh 10 until the half, 20-16. Emory with the lead, looking for their 9th win in a row and to continue a great start in the UAA. As we said, this would be the best start ever for Misha Jackson, also best start for Emory University for this women's program in the UAA if they go to 4-0. So a lot on the line for the Eagles here today. Nice screen by Ripley coming around. It was Alza, and then she lost it in the paint, waiting for a tie-up. No, it's still on the floor, and timeout finally called by the Spartans and their head coach in her 13th year, Jennifer Reimer. I was waiting for that one for a while. I'm surprised they did not call a jump ball earlier, but the timeout will be burned at the 9.5-minute mark, so just 30 seconds in. And Reimer calls that timeout. When you look at Case Western Reserve, they're averaging 67.5 points a game. They are better in the conference. They've gone all the way up to 72.3 points a game. They're only a tenth of a point better than their opponents overall in the season, 67.5 points a game. Their opponent's 67.4 points a game. For Emory, though, it's a much wider margin. We talked about that defense. Emory at 69.5 points a game. Their opponent's only 52.7. That's a 16.9, almost 17-point advantage per game. Case Western Reserve after the timeout. Knocked away by Say on the floor again, waiting for the tie-up. There's the call. And guess what? Still going Case Western Reserve's direction. It's an interesting thing. I mean, we didn't get that tie-up call earlier and forced Case Western Reserve to call the timeout. They did have the arrow, though, so there's that school of thought, save the timeout and get the call. Of course, that time it worked to their advantage with the second tie-up, so they kept possession both times. Next jump ball will go to Emory, though. 4 on the shot clock. With it right now is Gross. Gross, a floater. Did she leave it short? Time was expiring. They will not call a violation as Lindahl came away with the rebound. Erin Lindahl driving inside from the suburbs of Philly. She's fouled. They will call a non-shooting foul. Second personal on Abby Lawrence, which is kind of a big deal as their leading scorer will go to the bench with a pair, and we'll see if she's in limited minutes, I would assume, the rest of the way here in this first half. Ripley will get it. Outside goes to Weiss. 2 threes already, 5 the last time out. Ripley comes off the pick and roll, cut off there. Nice defense by McConaughey. Lindahl splits a double team, goes back to Ripley. Beautiful pass and nailed from a step back of the free throw line. Beautiful sequence for Emory, as that'll make Coach proud. Now up 22-16. Under 8.5 to play until the half. Stepping into the passing lanes is the freshman Alza. She got in front of Highland. Can't finish, though, on the other end. Gets her own rebound, though. And outside, Weiss can't hit another 3. And Lindahl is accused of the foul as she pushed off, sending McConaughey away. Probably a good call. Saw that. Aaron was trying to get position and extended the elbow a little bit. So it'll be the first personal on Lindahl. She's averaging just under 12 points a game as Lindahl. 50% though from free throws, which has been the interesting thing all year for her. As inside and to the line will go Highland. She's fouled trying to drive baseline. So a pair of shots for her. It will be the first personal foul on Mariani Alza, the freshman from McLean, Virginia. As we said, 2 McLean, Virginia products. Elisa Marie Gonzalez, another one. Clayton, Virginia is actually out by the Dulles Airport in the greater Washington, D.C. area as Highland misses her first. And has become a big area as far as growing very quickly. Both miss. Lindahl grabs the rebound. 22-16 your score. Emory with the lead. Say with the ball. Pulls it back out, guarded by McKenna Gross. They give her space. Ripley on the outside. Ball fake before trying to drive. Instead goes to Alza. She'll slip down low. They'll give it back to Ripley, and she's fouled inside on the reach-in as it looked like Isabella Mills will pick up her first. Freshman from Pittsburgh. Lindahl will check out, and Arado will replace her. Still no Tori Huggins so far here in this second half at 7:37. Ripley. And a beautiful shot by Blair. The good part is if Huggins is a little bit banged up, Ripley was the starter to begin the year, and the junior has got some game. Better when both of them are available, but right now, Ripley can carry the load, at least here in the second half. An interior pass, a little wayward. They were trying to work it inside, was Case Western to Emma Kane. Emory sits up by 8. As right now, leading scorer for the Eagles is Ripley with 8 points. That'll change as another 3 hit by Molly Weiss. 5 on Friday, and she's got 3 here today, already at 9 points. She had a career-high 15 points on Friday and might equal that here as that will be Mariani Alza grabbing the rebound. 3 on its way. Arado off the mark. Rebound will go to Case Western Reserve and Kane. Gross gives it off. 3, can't hit it. Mills was fouled. Let's see if they'll give her 3 shots. As looked like she was on the outside. Huggins will return. Also, the freshman for the first time, Claire Brock. We've seen her get a lot more playing time. Long and lean freshman at 5'7" from Knoxville, Tennessee. First hit there by Isabella Mills. She is a good free throw shooter. Came in at 25 of 31. And hits the first 2 of 3. Right now, Emory shooting 44% for the game, 42% for Case Western Reserve off the miss of the last one. Arado grabs the rebound. Emory has hit 5 of 13 threes. Just 3 of 6 for Case Western Reserve. For the update there, they were just 2 of 7 from the line. Not sure if that includes those last free throws. Don't think it does. Huggins in and out. Couldn't hit. Good news is she's back on the court, though. Highland grabbed the rebound. McConaughey driving. Left-handed floater, gets it to roll. Got the kind roll. Backing it up, cuts it to within 7. Outside thinking about it, why wouldn't you, is Molly Weiss. Coming around the high screen there by Arado. Near side, here's Brock with it. Straight on 3, Arado, gotcha. And Arado knocks it down. Give her 9. Team lead shared with Molly Weiss. Emory up by 10, 30-20. Ticking down with 12 seconds till the halfway mark here in the second quarter. 8 on the shot clock for the Spartans. Mid-range jumper off the back iron. Say will grab the rebound. After the miss there by Mills. Driving, Weiss can't hit the non-3. Seems like all she's done is hit 3s. That time came up a little short, close range. 3 on its way, air ball will go back to Emory. And so Weiss will get a breather. Cater comes back in for her. Returning is Melissa Heath, a graduate student at 6'2". She is from Hohokus, New Jersey. It is spelled Ho-Ho-Kus. I did not know that was an actual town before the broadcast. It is, and it's a story, as getting the 2 is Anna Arado. We will dribble out the Hohokus, New Jersey facts as the game progresses. Right now, all you need to know is it's a little town just north of Paramus. And that'll be blocked out of bounds by Huggins. It remains Case Western ball at 4:16. Emory up by 12. Lindahl returns. Back to the bench goes Weiss. Inbound to the outside to Heath. On the run, driving. Mills. Nice play and a foul. They're going to call it on Torrey. Second personal on her. Now, Torrey just couldn't get planted in time. Ripley returns. Mills, a freshman from Pittsburgh. It's her first. As we said, the Spartans 8-7. You'd say, well, okay, that's not a great record, but they have done well as the second one missed here in conference play. 3-1. Of course, that loss at Rochester stymied up what was a good story for them going with all those wins in a row. Emory looking for their win streak to continue. Inside, trying to go to Cater, knocked away there. Getting their paw in there was Heath. 32-21. Heath, 3 off the mark. Ripley gathers the board. Emory at the moment with their scores led by Arado with 11. Weiss has 9. Ripley with 8. 5 points leading the way is McConaughey, who's on the bench right now for the Spartans. They'll be out of bounds. Ruled Emory basketball. They'll retain possession. 20 on the shot clock. 3:21 to play here in the second quarter. Inbounding is Kennedy Cater, the sophomore from Canton, Georgia, just north of the city. Arado directing traffic, comes to the near side. Lindahl on the move. Driving, left-handed floater. Lindahl, good on the layup. Hit front iron, back iron, finally settled down. Lindahl now on the scoreboard with a pair. 34-21, under 3 minutes left to play until the half. Nice bounce pass into the interior. Heath off the basket and in. Ripley, a nice job guarding, but that was a good move. Brock, a little bit too strong. Heath with the rebound. Lawrence back into the game, playing with those 2 fouls. They'll risk it here in those final 2.5 minutes. Their best player, they want to get her back on the floor. Thought about 3, instead dumps it down low. Heath again turning, stymied a bit, and couldn't get it to go as Arado had some nice defense. Ripley with a rebound. Brock on the outside. Instead goes toward the paint. Arado backing down. Arado against Heath. Outside. Brock thought about the 3. The freshman instead goes to Ripley. Driving with the left hand. Right-handed shot. And that'll go for Blair. Ripley now in double figures with 10 off the bench. Under 2 minutes left to play here in this first half. As a 3 knocked down. That was Abby Lawrence. She averaged 16.7 points a game, although in conference, ironically enough, that's fallen to 14.8 points a game. Even though she had those 2 19-point contests, an entry pass a little too strong for Brock from Arado. Alza returns, so does Weiss. To the bench goes Lindahl and Brock. Olivia Perkins in, a sophomore from Farmington Hills, Michigan. First time we've seen her for Case Western Reserve. Emory up by 10. And a whistle on the outside. 5-second violation called. You don't see that much. Not moving with the ball. That's Heath. Young lady from Hohokus, which is just a fun name to say, much less spell it. Ripley down low, instead goes outside through Alza to get to Arado. 3 won't go. It'll remain Emory ball poked away by the Spartans. There is some controversy with the Hohokus name, how they spell it with the dashes. On the interstate, it apparently is not spelled that way. Township does not like that. In 1908, when they changed the name, it was with the dashes. Driving inside, blocked was Alza. Emory still will have possession. They'll have 10 on the shot clock, 46.3 seconds left to play until the half. Ripley, remember they got to hurry. 7 on the shot clock. Driving is Cater. Floater will go for Kennedy Cater. She stretches the lead to 38-26. And as Gonzalez surveys the situation, a bounce pass trying to go to Heath at the upper elbow. Gonzalez gets it back. Floater in the lane, in and out, fighting for the rebound. Finally, the Spartans come away with it. And a whistle inside. Cater might have gotten a mid in there. So Cater picks up her first personal. And that will send Gonzalez to the line. She went to Bishop O'Connell High School in McLean. Mariani also went to McLean High School. I haven't asked, but there's, I'm sure, a possibility they played each other. One is a senior in Gonzalez who's at the line now. Of course, Alza, a freshman. Unclear as the second one is missed and taken by the other McLean resident, Alza, on the rebound. Unclear, though, if they played, perhaps with the age difference, on the same court at the same time. 3 missed, put back by Ripley off of a miss by Weiss. 40-27 is your halftime score. And as the ball stolen, I don't think it would have counted. It was pretty close, though, on that 3. Not sure if they will count that as a shot or not. But right now, Emory up 40-27 against a team that they really thought could give them some trouble. And right now, they are making it look easy, at least through the first half. We will take a break. Back in about 15 minutes to get you set for the second half with the Eagles up on Case Western Reserve. By the way, that graphic we should just mention is wrong on the screen. If you're looking at it, it's got Case Western Reserve up on top of the Eagles. So we'll fix that. Don't let your lion eyes tell you any different. We'll be back in just a little bit.
This morning is so energizing. It is a celebration of cancer survivorship. And I think it is also a celebration of everyone here patting each other on the back and saying, collectively, job well done, and we're going to win this fight.
I cannot thank you enough on behalf of the Winship Cancer Institute for being here. You are raising money for cancer research. You are taking a stand for everybody who will face this battle in the future. We cannot stop. We need to push harder and win the fight against cancer.
I lost my sister to a battle with cancer 5 years ago, so it's a very personal experience for me to be connected to this. I mean, we think of running as an individual sport, but when you do it in a team environment, when you're doing it for a cause, when you're lifting each other up, I mean, certainly, I'm sure there's going to be some runners that are going to zip through it and some that are going to have to fight a little bit harder. But that's what teams are about. It's about lifting up each person on the team.
There'll be 3,500 people here. There'll be 3,500 reasons people are here. And I couldn't be more appreciative of that effort of so many people to get up on a beautiful Saturday morning and devote their time, their energy, and their resources to this event. We know the road to progress against cancer is not a smooth, flat road, so we found every hill in Druid Hills, and we're going up it, and then we're going down it.
Such a great thing to have all these volunteers along the route, cheering on the racers and runners. We don't want to be quiet about cancer. We want to be loud about what's happening and how we can support those who are going through it and support our doctors and all the great work that we're doing here at Winship.
Cancer research is the key. Being part of an academic medical center that pulls in all the resources that make that cancer research, work together, can't be duplicated.
Winship is the only NCI designated comprehensive cancer center in the state of Georgia. And because of that designation, it is ranked in the top 1%. And I know by being here that I'm getting the very best advanced cancer treatment.
If you think we made a big deal of the Winship 5K 9th edition, wait till the 10th edition. We'll see you next October, and thank you.
If you like to do this, or that, or even that, and you want to get back at it, we've got your back. Or your shoulder, or your hip, or your knee. The sports medicine specialists at Emory Healthcare treat more world-class, professional, and college-level athletes than anyone else in the state. We'll treat you like a pro and get you back in play.
When you're in college, you kind of find out who you are. And throughout your 4 years, you develop yourself with all the different experiences, which leads into dedicating yourself to your community, to your family. So when you're a senior, you're coming out a well-rounded person.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests outside of the classroom and outside of the court or field. I've had the ability to get into different activities and organizations, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
Getting to be involved in a lot of different things ranging from obviously being a student athlete to getting involved with my campus and my community, and not only being allowed to do that, but being encouraged to do that.
The opportunity to be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, to have the professors know me on a personal level, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference. It really helps you develop thinking from other people's perspectives and looking at problems from outside the box.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
I've definitely learned how to really be myself. I found out, yes, I am actually a good leader, and yes, I can actually put myself forward because I am good enough. I can do it.
Coming in to college, I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of different career goals, and I've learned so much about myself that I was always like growing and changing.
When I got to college, it forced me to step up and become more of a leader, and I think that was something I had the capability of doing, and forever grateful that being at a Division III school gave me that opportunity.
You have to dedicate your time in the classroom, you have to dedicate your time in the gym, on the field, on the court.
Our coaches and the entirety of the athletic department, they valued the student athlete going out into community and trying something new and getting involved in campus life.
You can get involved in so many different things. So the possibilities are truly limitless for what you can do with your college experience. You can kind of make it your own in the Division III setting. So I would encourage people who want to have flexibility to pursue different interests and passions to go D3.
What makes D3 special is the ability to participate in my team and within the broader community.
The perfect ending to a perfect season.
Being a D3 student athlete has completely expanded my life.
I learned how to lead. I really found a voice.
What time is it?
It's more about the experience rather than just a sport itself.
Without the experience of being a Division III student athlete, I wouldn't be the person who I am today.
NCAA Division III. Discover, develop, dedicate.
Welcome to Winship. How can I help you?
Everyone at the Winship Cancer Institute, our researchers, our technicians, our administrators, our physicians and nurses, all have one common goal, and that is to translate our scientific discoveries into the very best cancer care, cancer prevention, and cancer education. Hi, I'm Wally Curran, Executive Director of the Winship Cancer Institute, and I want to
29, 3 on its way, and that'll ricochet back out. McConicle with the rebound. And again, another 3 that's missed, and a foul over the top as Huggins was trying to go back up with it was Mills. I'm being told, do we not have audio? Okay, gotcha. So do we not have audio for the entire? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, if you didn't hear us, apologies there. Apparently we didn't have audio, and you can hear us saying that. As at the line is Mills. We were saying, and we just hope this is not the case, and it's trickling through on a few reports, and we've not had official confirmation, so I'm a little skeptical of it, but the more we see, the more it looks like maybe that's bad news. But right now there are preliminary reports out of Calabasas, California, and the greater Los Angeles areas. Ripley will hit the shot. She's having a great game. Blair with 14. But Kobe Bryant, the 4th leading scorer in NBA history, possibly killed in a helicopter crash outside of Los Angeles. We just hope that is inaccurate reporting. So if you haven't heard that, again, we just hope that that news is wrong. Inside, floater will not go for Lawrence. Rebound goes to Lindahl and the Eagles. Chernow. Lindahl, 3, and that will hit the front of the iron, ricochet out to this near side. Arado couldn't track it down. It'll go back to the Spartans. Certainly, I hope that's wrong news, and kind of one of those things where obviously they kind of will remember where they were when they hear that news, if true. And obviously we're here with a basketball game, talking about one of the best basketball players of all time. 3 on its way, knocked down by Lawrence. Remember, she had to sit a lot in that first half because of 2 fouls. She gets it back to within 10 now. Lawrence with 9 points. Sophomore from West Caldwell, New Jersey. Ripley grabs the offensive board, puts it back in, and now she's got 16. Leading the way is Ripley off the bench, and she has done a fine job. Sometimes you need that as coming off the bench to help Tori Huggins, who, remember, had a bit of an injury with the shoulder. The good news is she's back in service. Is a whistle, foul on the Eagles. Be the second on Lindahl. Arado will check out. Back in comes Molly Weiss. Blair Ripley with 16. It's possible she could have a career high today. Her career high is 19 for the junior. So we'll keep an eye on that with 6:20 and counting here in this third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. The Spartans go baseline. Underneath the basket. Beautiful finger roll there for Abby Lawrence, who's come to life here in the second half. She's now in double figures with 11. 3 on its way. Gotcha! Why not Molly Weiss? Molly Weiss. She has 9 threes in the last 2 games. Her 4th three-pointer here today, and a timeout on the floor. Not sure if we can get another look at that 3 or not. And here it is. Weiss making it look easy. 49-36 your score. And as we get a look here at some of the graphics, Emory's leading scorers. Huggins, who's having a quiet night. It's okay, though, when you've got other people backing you up. Huggins only 2 points today, but Lindahl, Chernow, and Ripley, those 4 players in double figures. Ripley leading the way with 16. Emory up 49-36. here this third quarter against Case Western Reserve, trying to keep first place to themselves atop the UAA. Missed on that three-pointer did Gonzalez. Cheer now, passing to the near side. Say with it into the paint. Bounce pass outside. Ripley now will drive. They'll get it to Cheer now. Weiss thought about it again, and why not? At this point, seems like she would be UAA Player of the Week without much doubt. Inside, Lindahl, a nice dribble drive. Erin Lindahl is a tough player at 5'9". She's got size and speed to go inside and does so with ease. Off the miss there of Heath. Emory will grab the board. Cheer now. Feeds it to Ripley. Down low. Too strong. Heath with the rebound. Melissa Heath has had a nice game. She came in averaging 7.7 points a game, but is up that to 10.5 points a game in UAA play. So she has done a fine job in the conference, better than the course of the season. Three will come in for Case Western Reserve, and three as well for the Eagles on this next dead ball foul. It will go against Ripley. And it looks like Kelly McConaughey will go to the line. First on Ripley. She'll come out. Say Lindahl as well. Weiss, Arado, and Huggins in. The other side of things, it looks like Emma Kane returns. McKenna Gross back in. Lawrence is out there as well, and Lawrence stays out there. Third substitution will be coming in for McConaughey right now. One of two. Boy, they've struggled from the line. It's Case Western Reserve. They'll also put in Alexa Shaw for the first time, sophomore from Bellevue, Washington, north of the Seattle area. And we'll see Alyssa Highland returning. Case Western Reserve, they've got one player from Ohio. She's not even from Cleveland. Emma Kane's from Cincinnati. So they really recruit far and wide, much like Emory does all over the country. 10 on the shot clock. Chernow drives, dumps it out to Weiss. Huggins, 4 on the shot clock. 3. The 3 on its way. Weiss again. No, that's Arado. Check that. That's Anna Arado on the outside. Can't answer there. Huggins grabs the board off the miss. 54-37. Emory having a beautiful game so far today. And that will go for the Spartans and Heath. And a whistle. By the way, we are getting more and more confirmed reports now that it was Kobe Bryant killed in the helicopter accident. We'll keep you posted as well. Yeah, and that's now starting to getting thumbs up that it's confirmed. That's just very sad news out of the greater Los Angeles area for the basketball world. 54-39 your score. Inside, too strong off the layup, but getting the rebound. Emory, Weiss's 3, that won't go. Heath with the rebound. Bounce pass to Highland on the outside. Gross. Highland, bounce pass to the interior. Heath tries to back in, instead goes back outside to Shaw. Shaw is spelled H-S-I-A, by the way. And a tie-up, taken away by Emory. Cater came away with it, wrestled away from Heath. 3 on its way, Weiss. Can't get it to go. Following it up, though, is Cater. And the layup off of the offensive rebound makes it 56-39. And a timeout as the Spartans, in their 13th season, head coach Jennifer Reimer want to talk it over. Well, as we said, as we get a pause at 56-39, Emory with the lead and 2:23 to play here in the third quarter. It looks like Kobe Bryant has been confirmed as a casualty, and that's a shame. Also, here's the UAA records. As we said, Emory with that 4-0 start, 13-2 overall. They would have the best start in conference ever with a win here today. And Case Western Reserve was right there before that Rochester loss. So, but that's the breaking news. If you haven't heard, now you have. And looks like killed in actually Lindsay Say's hometown, not too far from Malibu and Calabasas, California. And Kobe Bryant, great Laker, and just got passed last night in his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, by LeBron James, as James moved in that Laker loss last night to third all-time in scoring. And that was the Kobe Bryant headline for the last 24 hours, and it's a much sadder one now. I'm sure that's going to be a shock throughout the basketball world, and will be an outpouring of sadness and support in Los Angeles and across the country, and for a matter of fact, probably the world as it comes to Kobe Bryant. So that will be a developing story, and as we said, we'll keep a focus here, but very sad news out of Southern California today. That miss will be into Alza's hands on the rebound at the 2-minute mark. Right now, Emory sitting up 56-39. Huggins, ball fake, half-heartedly on the three, and then gets it right back after giving a touch to Lindsay Say. Sets the screen coming around his Weiss floater. That won't go for her. Into the waiting arms on the rebound of Highland. Too much to handle there for Lawrence. A turnover as she stepped on the baseline. Back into the game for Case Western Reserve, Isabella Mills. So is Kendall McConaughey. William Schindler with you. 1:39 and ticking. Lindsay Say looking for a pass. Gets it off now to Weiss. Arado, ball fake. Sets the screen for Say. 8 on the shot clock. Weiss's three. Oh, man, in and out. So she's gone cold all of a sudden. As battling for it down low, and finally it comes out on a long rebound. Almost like it was kicked there, as Arado will get it. Ripley has 16, 14 for Arado, 12 for Weiss today. And that will be Alza's first pair. Freshman off the bench today. Give it some good minutes. Got a nice freshman campaign. They like her a lot. And some pretty good playing time. Spinning around, couldn't find anything. Mills gets it off to Heath, and they'll lose it. Back in the freshman for Emory, Claire Brock returns. Lindsay Say will come out for her. We were talking about the crazy town names in New Jersey, in Hohokus, New Jersey, H-O-H-O-K-U-S. And how it got named that way. We'll give that to you in a few moments here at the end of this quarter as Huggins puts it in. Makes it 60-39. 4th points for Huggins. So we say kind of a quiet game for her, but a little bit of an injury, and Ripley has certainly picked up the slack. Conoco left it short. Huggins grabbed the board, and a shot that would have been good had it gone, but Huggins just heaving it up. And at the end of the third quarter, 60-39. So Hohokus, New Jersey, by the way, and it's just one of those interesting stories, was founded in 1904, and then they wanted to change the name by 1908 to Hohokus, and that's on October 12th. They voted for that. Changed it successfully, although, like we said, we've seen it spelled a little bit differently on signs. They don't like it like that, especially on the highway. If you're wondering where that is, if you're just saying, well, what, is it a Halloween town? What is it? Christmas? No, it is actually an ancient Delaware Indian term Mahocus, which is meaning the red cedar. So there you go. I learned something new today. It's about 4,000 people. I had no idea where it was. Like I said, just north of Paramus, which is outside of New York City. If you took a ruler and went across from Yonkers, you'd find it. Right now, 60-39 with 10 minutes left to play here. And again, as if you are just watching, the sad news across the nation now being confirmed now by multiple sources. We're skeptical of it at first, but looks like now more and more that it's confirmed Kobe Bryant killed in a helicopter crash along 4 people in Los Angeles. 3 on its way. Mills will knock it down. Say and Chernow will go now to Lindahl. 14 on the shot clock. Chernow back to the top with Say. Brock. Bounce pass to Lindahl in the corner. 7 on the shot clock. Nice zone here run by Case Western. Chernow forces up a 3, taken on the long rebound there by McConaughey. Kendall McConaughey, the senior from Detroit, had a nice game. He's got 8 points. So far, McConaughey also with 2 rebounds. And double dribble called on the outside. Mills caught with it. So she'll turn it over back to the Eagles. Eagles have a pair on the road following this. Then back home in February, they go to Chicago Friday the 31st before taking on Wash U on the 2nd. Those are 2 huge games. Back home against Chicago and Wash U the 7th and the 9th of February. This will be our next broadcast. Chernow fighting for the rebound. Stepped on the line, though. Got her foot on the baseline trying to get that rebound. And it'll go back to the Spartans. Emory up by 18. 8.5 to play. This is an interesting road trip for Case Western Reserve because they're going to have a little bit of soul searching here. Lindahl comes away off the miss by Kane. 3, Chernow, gotcha. Allison Chernow knocks it down. She'll have 7. But when you look at this team now 8-7, a loss would put them right at 500. For the Spartans, they go to 3-2 in the UAA. But like we said, they've got a clear disparity of home and road games. Another miss there by Kane. Lindahl wide open in the paint, and she'll connect off of the layup, 65-42. And that will call a timeout again for Case Western Reserve, as it'll be a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it right here and look at the upcoming games. We told you that schedule, and those are 2 opponents. I mean, on back-to-back weekends, on the road and then home, they will have known each other and say they have met. Trust me, that is a tough, tough schedule to go to Chicago and then St. Louis to take Wash U on. Of course, this is a Spartans team that beat Wash U, and that is really the conundrum. If you're a Case Western fan, you say, well, look, we beat the 2 best teams, or 2 of the considered to be 2 of the best teams. Emory, I think, would dispute that right now, but well, they beat number 16 ranked Chicago in Cleveland, and they also beat Wash U. So they're 7-0 at home in Cleveland. On the road, 0-5, and that 1-2 neutral site mark, and that's really the thing for Case Western Reserve. What kind of team are they? They are 1 team at home and quite another on the road. Layup is good for Mills. And I think that is really the conversation that would be had around this program over in Cleveland. Well, can they win on the road? Until then, it's going to sink them a little deeper in the UAA. Ripley will kick it back outside. Chernow now will square up a 3, in and out. Ripley gets the rebound and puts it back, and she gets closer to her career high. 1 off of that now with 18. McConaughey knocks it down. She's had a good game. Blair Ripley's career high is 19. It's a career high also, as Ripley will now pass her career high. She has 20. Congrats to Blair. Also, what we're saying is she just hit that shot. Anna Arado also has a career high. Ripley with another rebound. So 20 points for Blair Ripley. 9 rebounds as well. She's almost had a double-double. Arado with 14. That is her career high. She looks to add. Can't do so off the miss of the 3. McConaughey slipped and traveled. Ooh, that's a tough slip. And she thought maybe she came down on Ripley's foot. The officials will talk about it. Kendall McConaughey was skying for that rebound. 69-46 your score. 5:48 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Still the officials in discussion. And they are going to call a foul, I believe, on Blair Ripley. They are. Well, it took a while to get there. Nobody likes that, but I think that begrudgingly could be the correct call. I think that was right where she came down on Ripley's foot. You want to call it a foul or not? Whatever it is, it's in the books as a foul. So, Case Western ball, 69-46. Final 5.5 minutes. Ripley to the bench with a career high 20 points. Reach and foul called down low on Huggins. It'll be her third. They will leave her in. McConaughey down low, guarded by Say. Outside, they'll kick it. Shot a little bit too strong. Chernow couldn't get the board, but it goes off of the carom to Huggins. Kane had the miss on the shot. Huggins, near side block, turnaround jumper, a little bit too strong, and into the hands of Heath. Under 5 left to play. Emory, who has averaged this season 69.5 points a game, sits right on that. As that'll go for the Spartans. Weiss thinking about another 3. Why not? Takes it. Can't get it to go. At this point, why not? Weiss has been hot. Blair Ripley waiting to check back in, sitting on that career high 20. Down low, Say will draw the foul. Heath will go to the line. For Lindsay Say, it will be her first personal. Actually, check that. That's the second personal on Say. Ripley comes back into the game. And Huggins to the bench for a breather. So Melissa Heath to the line, as we said, the young lady from Hohokus, New Jersey. Got some mileage out of that today. She was 17 to 25 coming into today and hits her first from the free throw line. 11 points for her. Now leading Case Western Reserve, at least tied with Abby Lawrence in the lead. And now she's got it solo with a dozen. Windall will return. Also checking back in is McKenna Gross for the Spartans. Lindsay Say will come out, young lady from Calabasas. 19 is the advantage for the Eagles. Windall thought about it. She's got 6 so far today. There's Ripley sitting on 20, goes inside. Arado looking to further her career high. Couldn't get it to go. She's got 14. On the run, near side. Here's McKenna Gross, back out. 3 on its way, and that'll draw air from Alyssa Highland. And Emory will have it back under 4 minutes left to play. And we have another timeout. by Jennifer Reimer and the Spartans. So Emory up by 19 with under 4 minutes left. And Emory's leading rebounders, no surprise, the two at top, Huggins and Ripley. Chernow and Arado, though, getting some work in from guards, and Lindahl, who is, it's hard to knock Erin Lindahl, but the two things this year has been interesting. The rebounds, and she does a good job at that, but I'm sure she'd probably want them to be just a little higher, but the free throw shooting's been a little different for her, but they are all solid players, and those guards do a fine job getting inside, and especially everybody will tell you about Erin Lindahl. She just knows where the ball's going to go and can put herself in a good position for those rebounds on the floor. All right, after the 30-second timeout by the Spartans, Emory will take it the length of the court. For a good weekend of wins here at home in Atlanta. Lindahl, three, gotcha. The recipient of the perimeter passing, they find Erin Lindahl, and she has got 9 points today. 20 for Ripley, 14 for Arado, 12 for Weiss, 9 for Lindahl, 7 for Chernow. Heath trapped underneath, goes outside. McConaughey can't get it on the long range two. Weiss, well, she tried for another three. She's gone cold. Ripley inside. And Blair didn't argue over a foul there. Strange shot, though. Not sure if it got deflected or what, but it went right out of bounds. Chernow and Weiss come out. So does Blair Ripley. Back in comes Brock. We will also see for the first time Benna Ames, the senior out of Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan. And Alza back in. Inside, and foul called as they worked it to Ames. Be the first personal foul on Melissa Heath. Speaking of towns, Benna Ames from Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan. That was a subject of a movie a while back. John Cusack and Joan Cusack inside Lindahl. Stuff there. No whistle. It's Grosse Pointe blank, if I remember correctly. High school reunion of an assassin. I feel like I'm giving now weekend summations here of what's on. I'm doing the TV guide summations of movies. Oh, my goodness. 72-50 your score. It's Emory with Ames. Thought about that three. Instead goes to Lindahl. Sets the screen as Ames was angling to get it back. Instead goes through Arado and right back to Lindahl. Drives into the paint. 3 on the shot clock. Arado's three. Lips out. Fighting for it. Alza couldn't hang on to it. Stepped on the line, and it'll turn it back over to Case Western Reserve. Sophia Jochi into the game. Saw her get 2 last time on Friday. Olivia Perkins also returns for Case Western Reserve. Megan Friday, freshman from Pittsburgh, into the game. Just giving you the facts. As that will roll out there and be taken by Brock. Under 2 left to play. Emory up 72-50. A solid performance so far by this team as Jochi drives around the Arado screen. Ames, ball fakes a 3 before going to Alza. Inside Ames. She'll finish it off and get 2. Then Ames, the senior, didn't see much action the first half of the season, but now coming off the bench. Arado's going to go to the bench with a career high. She checks out with 14. And for the first time, we'll see the senior from Rockville, Maryland, number 20, Hazel Carmona. Carmona grabs the rebound off the miss there by Olivia Perkins. 63 seconds left to play. Emory up 74-50. Nice drive to the basket, a little too strong by Carmona, though. Won't fall on the attempted layup. 3 straight on a miss there from Alexa Shaw. Then Ames, 3 off the mark. Grabbed again by Perkins. Final 30 seconds. 3 on the other end. That won't go for Highland. So everybody kind of just shooting off some threes. Why not? 14-point difference. And Emory will slow it down. They don't have to take a shot if they don't want to. And right now, window dressing as Emory will have their 9th straight victory. It will be their best start ever for the women's program on the UAA side of things. The best start for their coach, Misha Jackson. And everybody very happy with a beautiful performance. 74-50. 2 players with career highs today. And everybody around this program very excited. Also couple that with a men's win earlier over the Spartans, 106-70. It's been a fine day for the Emory Eagles all around. 20 points, a career high for Blair Ripley. 1 rebound away from a double-double with 9. 14 and 5 for Arado. That is her career high with points. Weiss, 4 threes for her. She was 4 of 11, kind of went cold there. But she has had 9 threes in the last 2 games, give her 12 points. She had 15 on Friday. 9 for Lindahl, 7 rebounds for her, 7 points and 3 rebounds for Chernow, 4 for Cater, 4 for Huggins, and 2 for Alza and Ames. On the other side of things, Heath had 12, 11 for Lawrence, McConaughey, and Mills had 10. And as Emory now improves to 14-2 overall, 5-0 in the UAA. The Spartans fall to 500, 8-8, and 3-2 in the UAA. We will not see you again till February, as Emory will go on the road for a tough schedule, as they will first go to Chicago, and then they will take on WashU in St. Louis. They'll return the favor, though, on the 7th and 9th of February. Those will be our next 2 broadcasts. Chicago in on a Friday night at 6 p.m. Tune in for that on the 7th. And then Sunday afternoon on February 9th, WashU in the building. Well, we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Your final score, 74-50. I believe Schindler saying so long for now.